and welcome back to my new YouTube channel, Candidly Chanel. Today I want to talk about unconditional friendship. When I was doing my blogging journey, I blogged about 3 different topics about, friendship. One was called Don't Batter Your Shelter, True Friends, and the 3 Evils of Friendship, which you can check out at chanelspeaks.weebly.com. I want to talk about this topic because I feel like friendship should not have no conditions on it. When I'm with my friends or when I have friends, I want it to be unconditional. And it really is hard to find friends who really sincerely care about you. And your true friends you would never have to worry about them stabbing you in the back, messing around with your man, lying, not being your friend because of a simple disagreement or argument, or ever being disloyal. And I really found that it has been hard to find friends like that. And I just think people, if somebody says they're your friend, be a friend. It's not that hard to be a friend. It really is not. And I don't think that people say, oh, this is my friend, this is my friend. I don't think friendship or the term friend should ever be taken lightly. And I just, I want to give you an example of something that happened with me with a friend who I thought was really my true friend. I feel like we was like peanut butter and jelly. And when I talk about the topic of don't batter your shelter, this is what I mean by that. So she was on and off with this guy who they were not in a relationship with. I mean, they were always arguing, and every time she had an issue, she would always call me. As being a good friend, I would always listen to her. I would never take her side because she was my friend. And I would try to help her through the situation. But then something happened between us where I guess it was just something with miscommunication. And she just stopped being my friend. And I felt some kind of way about that because I did apologize for whatever I did, because I really clearly don't know what I did, but I did apologize. But anytime he would do something to her, she would always go back to him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, we're friends and I've been here for you, and he's treated you like this, but it's so easy for you to flop back to him, but you supposed to be calling me a friend. And I just feel like people should not batter the shelter of somebody who's been there to you and helped you through your situation over some man, or just cut me off because we had a miscommunication or something. True friends don't do that. True friends should be able to have a discussion or an argument, agree to disagree, and move forward from it. And and the statement really hit hard for me about hard times will review true friends. About 2.5 months ago, I went through one of the most difficult situations, and I'm going to try not to cry about this, one of the most difficult situations that I've ever been through. And it was very hard for me to get through this situation, and it really helped me to get through the situation with the people who were my friends. And some of these people I recently just met. We haven't been friends that long, and they were really there for me. And it really bothered me that some people that I considered to be my true friends and good friends were not even halfway there for me, like these people who I just recently met or my other true friends. And it really bothered me because I don't feel like friends should just be there through the good times. Hell, I want my friends to be there through the bad times. If I want to call you at 2 o'clock in the morning and cry and be upset, I expect my friend to be there because I do the same thing for my friends. They're able to call me anytime they want, and I'm always there for them. And I never tell them, oh, well, call me if you need something, and I don't deliver. And that's another thing I can't stand about friends. Oh, well, call me when you need something. And they're really not going to be there. They just say that just to be confident in that moment. And it really hurt me that I really had to reevaluate some of my friends when I went through this difficult time. And I am very grateful and appreciative of the friends that I do have, and I don't take my friendships with these people lightly. And just to say another thing I learned, just because I do something for my friends, one thing I had to learn was I cannot expect them to do the same thing in return. And I think that was my problem. Just because I would talk to them at 2 o'clock in the morning, with their problems, I shouldn't expect for them to do the same thing for me, because everybody does things differently. And I really had to learn that. But it really bothered me that these certain friends of mine, when I was going through this situation, hardly ever called me, hardly ever texted me, see how I was going, because I felt like, I felt like my ass was in hell. And hell is not no nice place to want to be when I was going through that situation. So, with that being said, I decided to ask my friends, and these girls have never met each other to be able to sit down and talk about me. Like, they might have crossed each other at events. I had text all of them and asked them, tell me why you value our friendship, or why do you think me as a friend is a quality to your life. So I want to read you some of the things that they text me back and said. And this is very important. It's going to be very important for you to pay attention to this, because it's going to be very important later. The main three things that my friends said all across the board was that I'm very honest, I'm loyal, and I'm a very good listener. However, some of them wrote long text messages that I do want to read and share with you, because I feel like this is important as you're getting to know me, what type of person I am. And it's going to pay off in the long run, so you got to pay attention to what I'm saying. So one of them said, I have strength, and I feel at times that I gather my strength from you. You have the ability to persevere through the toughest situations, determined and caring. If she's ever going through anything tough, she can always call me and know that I would check in on her. Another one of my wonderful friends said, great friends are hard to come by, but especially in today's world, because everyone is so hateful and jealous of others' success and happiness. Friends are encouraging, loving, caring, and happy for all your success and happiness, and will always give a lending ear when needed. You have all those qualities and more. I've known you for 10 years, and you've always been such a great inspiration and a caring soul, and I'm so glad to have you in my life and be able to call you my friend. Another one of my friends said, you are such an amazing person to have in my circle. You are an awesome part of my support system. You listen to it all, you offer your opinion, which is very much valued, and there's never no judgment. You always want the best for your friends, no matter what. I also love that you listen, like you really, really listen. There have been plenty of times when I mentioned something small to you, and 3 weeks later you remember to ask me about it. And the list could go on. Another one of my friends said to me, you're a good friend because of your authenticity. I love your confidence and your truth. What you believe in your heart, you verbalize and you communicate. I don't have to wonder who you ever are, and I value your truthful heart. Also, I love the fact that you are not the victim of a circumstance, and you use obstacles as opportunities to educate and inform others. One of my other friends said, you are a wonderful and true friend. Even though we don't see each other a lot, we've even stopped talking for some time, but we are still very close. We've both gone through tough situations, and we've helped each other get through them. I have been able to share things with you that I have never been able to share with anyone else, and you definitely keep me laughing. And you are such a great friend, and I hope our friendship continues. Like, listening to my friends say that, I really value, and that very makes me emotional, because I always strive to be a good friend. And as I said before, I treat people how I want it to be treated. And I have no words to describe about how grateful and thankful I am for my friendships with these people, and they know who they are. I don't need to call them, but I do want to leave you with some quotes that I found that I really, really enjoyed. It says, the worst kind of enemies are those who pretend to be your friends. So even though, people, you always have to be cautious and watch out for people, who are your friends. You don't ever want to take your friendships for granted. And don't ever think that your true friends are bad, but you have to be careful with who you say is your friend and who is not your friend. Another one says, a strong friendship doesn't need daily conversation, does not always need togetherness. As long as the relationship lives in the heart, true friends will never part. And the best one that I like the most is that friendship is the hardest thing in the world to explain. It's something you don't learn in school, but if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything. So I just take it, if you have friends that are great friends, value those friendships. And it's okay to lose friends, because I feel like some friends are for a season and others are for a lifetime. But just make sure that you have to let your friends know what you expect out of a friendship. And you cannot, and I'm telling you, you cannot call every Tom, Dick, and Harry your friend that you just meet, because it doesn't work that way, and some people don't always have the best intentions. So if you have a story about a good friendship that you have or a bad friendship, please share. I would love to hear that. You can send your email again to autumnchanel87@gmail.com or post it down in our discussion session. So again, I appreciate you listening to this topic, and I believe in unconditional friendship. I think it's important, and I don't want to have any friends who doesn't love me or want to be my friend unconditional and put no conditions to our friendship. So again, I thank you for listening, and now it's time for the question of the day. What should you do? So I'm kind of nervous about this because there's no telling what kind of questions I have, but I'm going to pick a question that somebody sent to me and read it to you and tell you what should you do. So the first question is from a girl named Amber. She started dating a guy that she really liked, and his breath was terrible. When I read this question, I was like, oh my God, his breath is terrible. Well, see, me being me, and I'm a very open and honest person, I would tell him, I'd be like, babe, listen, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I noticed this pattern of your breath is stinking. And I just feel like you should be honest with him. Maybe he doesn't know that his breath stinks. I don't know, but if you really like and care about him, you will find a way to tell him. Or, no, you don't want to insult him. I was going to say maybe you can get like a pack of like peppermint or gum and give it to him with some toothpaste, but I think that might insult him. So I feel like the best thing you should do, if you really like this guy, you want to be honest with him, you should tell him, babe, listen, I'm just going to talk to you about something, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or offend you, but I've noticed a pattern of your breath having this little smell to it. And maybe that will help, but if that doesn't help it, maybe he needs to go to the dentist and he might have gingivitis or something. I don't know, but you can tell him lightly. I hope that helps. And hopefully his breath won't stink, because there's nothing less attractive than wanting to kiss a man and he blows and your nose scrunches up like oh my God. So just tell him, like I said, be nice with it, because he may be sensitive about that or something may be going on. Again, I appreciate Amber for the question, and I hope my advice helps. Again, you're more than welcome for anybody to share your question, what should you do, on the discussion, or send me an email. And until next time, you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.